Okay. On page 10 in your spiral, we're going to draw, and it doesn't have to be, no, it doesn't have to be a certain length or whatever. Make it big enough because you're going to write some words on it. But you're going to draw me a horizontal line. Horizontal line. Then I need it going down this way. Try to make it similar to what I'm doing. Can everybody see? Horizontal line. Down. Vertical. Yes. And now go back up. Okay. Now, what is the slope of this line right here, this horizontal line? So what is the slope? 0. So the slope is 0. Just on page 10. Just put slope at the top. Please don't do that. Now, what is this slope? Negative slope. We don't have any numbers or anything, so we can't give the exact slope. We're just telling what kind of slope it is. It's a negative slope. Why is it negative?
Because it's going down.
Going down. Now, what about this one? Undefined. Because there is no, guys, there is no run. The run would be 0, and you can't divide by 0. You can't divide by 0. On your calculator, it says error because you can't do it. Sean's going to prove me, see if I'm telling the truth. Was I? Okay. When you divide by 0, you're going to get error. You can't do it. So, guys, this is no slope. You can't give me a slope, a number slope. It's no slope. There's no slope. Now, what slope is this? Why? Good job. Are there any questions on this? Sure. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Well, I don't know. They just use M for slope. They picked a letter that wasn't used for other things and used M for slope. That's all I know. I've never heard that story, and if I find out why, I'll let you know. Close your spiral. Now, you should have 3 triangles on your table. Red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. If you do not, Find the, who doesn't have triangles? Find which two all have the same slope. Find which two triangles out of the three that has the same slope. Which two triangles have the same slope? Which two? Red and blue. The red and the blue have the same slope. The red and the blue. Speaking of blue, okay, so it's the red and the blue. Take the red and the blue right now, and you see I gave you little hints on the line, didn't I? So you're going to put the blue down here. I'm going to make it smaller so you can see. And it might not fit exactly because we cut it out. So, and we messed up a little bit, okay? And then the red up there. So it fits perfectly. They have the same slope. Put it on the line like I have them, please. And then trace around the triangles. I mean, I don't care, but okay. Let's take the white and let's just sit it down on here and see what happens. If you put the white and you turn it, look, it doesn't work, does it? It doesn't fit on there exactly in the with the grids. Okay. So the white doesn't have the same slope. Good. Now, let's go and take the blue. We're going to look at the blue, and we're going to find the slope of the blue. The number. Guys, we know the slope is what? What do we know the slope is? Positive, right? So I'm going to get the slope of the blue. It goes over how many? 4. It goes up how many? 8. So the slope is 8 over 4, which equals 2. Good deal. Now let's do the red one. Let's do the red one. This goes over how many? 3. God bless you. And this goes up 6. So what does 6 over 3 equal? 2. 6 divided by 3? 2, huh? Okay. All right. Does that make sense? Can you see it, everybody? So they have the same slope. We could even put the red on this side, put it upside down, and look, the red on that side, look at there. It works. Same slope. We could put it on either side of the line, and it's going to work. Same slope. Same slope. Okay, turn on the back and trace around the blue. Put it like that. Trace around the blue for me. All right. Now, like, continue the line like this. Can you do that for me? Like that. Now, guys, we already know what the slope is because we did it on the front, on the squares. But if you had this triangle just like this, no grid, it didn't tell you what this is or that is, we couldn't do the slope. But what if they gave you these points? Just a second. Hang on. Sorry. This is 1, 2. Right, 1, 2 right there. Right, 5, 2. And then write 5, 10 up there. What if they gave you those coordinates? Could we find the slope? We can find the slope with 2 coordinates, right? But which 2 are we going to use? Why are we going to use those 2? Oh, no. There you go. Good. They're on the slope. We don't need that point. That point's useless. These 2 points are on the slope that we're trying to find. Hello, Earth to people. So that's why we're going to use those 2. Do you see why the y's are both 2 right here? You see why the y's are both 2? It's on the same horizontal line, isn't it? So we just moved x's. We just moved over on the x. But why are the x's the same right here? Why are the x's 5 and 5? It's on the same vertical line. We just moved y's. We moved up. We rose. We didn't run anymore. But we rose. So now we're going to come over here and get the slope by subtracting the 2 points. When I say go, everybody tell me what the numerator will be, the problem for the numerator will be. Go. Good. I didn't hear everybody. And then on the bottom, 5 minus 1. So 8 over 4 equals 2. We already knew the slope was 2. But I needed to show you a different way that you might have it. See? Comprehend? All right, put that in practice, please. And look on page 89 in your book. Okay, guys, this is the same. We're going to just kind of put everything together we've been learning, but we're going to have a situation now. We're going to have a situation. We've been just talking about random numbers. We really didn't know what they stood for. Okay? You might need your calculator in a minute. So on this, page 89, you see that at the bowling alley, you pay $3 a game, $2 for shoe rental. So everybody circle that equation right there. Y equals, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger now. Y equals 3x plus 2. Who knows where you've seen that before? Y equals 3x plus 2. Maybe different numbers. On that foldable, we learned mx plus b would be a linear equation. Y equals mx plus b. What does the m stand for? Slope. What does the b stand for? Okay. There you go, which is called the y-intercept. Very good. Christian remembered, and who? There were a couple of more that said it. Y-intercept. The b is the y-intercept. Remember, it worked for two of the problems that we've already done. Where that was the y, that's where it crossed the y-axis. Whatever was right there. So, on this problem, I want us to come over here and make an H chart. We're going to do a little bit different than they did. So, X, Y. X represents the what? No. X is the games. X is the games. And Y is the cost. So, the cost depends on how many games you bowl. And if you are working at this place, you're working, this is the formula or the expression, the rule you would use to get the total cost, 3x plus 2. What? 3 is the what? 3 is the what? Is the m, which is the slope. Very good, Brooke. M is the slope, which is the rate of change, which is how much you're going to pay per game that you bowl. You're going to pay $3 per game. But are you starting at 0? No, where are you starting? $2. Now, I can't imagine this. Anybody going in there and renting paying $2 for the shoes and then not bowling. But it could happen, I guess. But that's what they're saying. If you go in there and rent shoes, you're going to pay $2 whether you bowl, before you ever pay for your games. But reasonable amount of games you would play is 1, 2, 3, or 4. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. So write 1, 2, and 3. We're finding the cost if somebody bowls one game, if they bowl 2, or they bowl 3. This is for one person. So if they bowl 1, you're going to go 3 times 1 plus 2. We're following the rule. And what do you get? 5. $5. If you bowl 2 games, you're going to pay $3 for each game. Plus 2 gives you 3 games, 11. Okay? Now, we know that it's 3. We already know that the slope, the rate of change is 3, but we're going to prove it right now. Everybody do this right here. How far is it from 5 to 8? 3. And from 1 to 2? 1. So to get the slope, which is the rate of change, which is change over y over change in x, you get 3 over 1, which is 3. And that's what you multiply by. For every one game, you pay $3. So if I were to graph that, guys, look, I'm going to put a big L. X is the gains, Y is the cost. Here's 0. Oh, let me move it up. So am I going to start at 0? Oh, where am I going to start? Nope. At 2, right? Remember what they told you guys? That it's plus 2. So you're going to cross the y-axis at 2, at point 2, 0, 2. If you bowl no games, go in there with your buddies. And then you rent the shoes and then decide you don't want to bowl. You pay $2. Correct? And then it's going to go up. Because for every one game, you're going to pay what? $3 more. True? No, you're paying $3 per game. You started at 2, guys. You started at $2. And then for every one game, you're going to go up $3. The slope represents the dollars per game. That's what the slope is telling you. The dollars per game. That's the rate of change. Okay, look at number 1 at the bottom. Does everybody get that? Okay, look at the bottom. Francisco makes $12 an hour doing part-time work on Saturdays. He spends $4 on transportation to and from work. Guys, when I've been to New York City twice and have ridden the subway, a lot of people in New York City do not own a vehicle. It's too expensive for parking, and the streets are, I mean, it's just, there's so many taxis and they're so crowded. So it's just too expensive. So they ride the subways or taxis or buses everywhere they go. So you don't have a vehicle. So this is what they're talking about. He rides the subway or a bus or whatever to work every day. So he makes, Y is what he makes. 12 represents what? What does 12 represent? It's the slope, which is the rate of change, but $12 per hour. X is the hours. And what does the -4 represent? It's the y-intercept, but it's the for transportation. He's going to lose $4 that day. Okay? So what I want to do is mark out this and put 12x minus 4 right there. And then put y down here, which is the money, his earnings. We're going to make us a process column right there. What is a reasonable amount of hours he might work on a Saturday?
8 hours.
8? Okay, well, let's don't put that first. Let's do a smaller. Let's say he only works.
2.
Okay, 2. Okay. All right, so 2, 8, and let's do just one more. 12. Okay. So if he works 2 hours, he's going to make $12 for each hour. 24 minus 4 is 20. If he works 8 hours, 12 times 8 minus 4 is? 92. Good. If he works 12, good. Very good, guys. 144 minus 4. We already know the rate of change. I already know what M is. Don't I? So we're going to prove it right now. But 20 to 92, what's the change? Between 20 and 92, what does it go up? 72. What does it go up from 2 to 8? 6. So 72 divided by 6 is 12. Hey, that's what we got. We proved that the slope is correct. 12 is the slope. Now, let's let's do right here. Put X, put Y. And put 0 right there. Okay, guys. What is the y-intercept? No. -4. Good. So, you know what? We got to come down here below 0 and put -4. That's where it's going to start. Now, why would 0 hours be? Why would he have -$4 if he works 0 hours? Right. He's got to spend the $4 to get there. So, but look, what happens if he goes all the way out there to work, and they had to close for some reason? No electricity, water. He's going. Well, no, it's $4 to and from work. Okay, so he's losing $4 that day. So if he works 0 hours, he's still going to lose the $4 if he goes out there. That's what they're saying. If he already goes to work. Okay, but then for every hour he works, it's going to go up, isn't it? I shouldn't have put that right there. Let's say this is 1. Okay, because it's going to go, he's going to start making money for after the 1 hour. So it's going to be positive. It's going to go up. For every hour, then he's going to make $12. Okay, are there any questions about that? Okay, close your book. Please. Get everything organized. If you move, you're going to do this check 5. You're going to move, you're going to blinder, and now we're going to blinder, and then I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. I've got some specific instructions. So put your name, number, leave your triangle on the table. Triangle is on the table. Okay. So everybody good? Okay, I need to tell you something. I need everybody listening. On this check, name, number, you're going to tell whether the slope is positive, negative, 0, or undefined. Then you're going to write the slope as a number, 2/3, negative 1/2, whatever it is. Except on number 6. Number 6, the points didn't print out very clearly. So on number 6, I just need to know whether it's positive, negative. Circle number 6. If it's positive, negative, 0, or undefined. On number 6, you can't find the point. Now, look on 3. Do you see points on there? So you have to put your own point. On these, you have to put your own point. And then find the rise over the run. So you're doing 2 things to every graph except number 6. You're telling me negative, positive, 0, undefined, and the number. Doing the rise over the run. Turn it in when you're done. You have to put your own point. We've already done that on some papers. Okay. Turn in when you're